going on, MMA fans? I'm back to do my Affliction Trilogy predictions, taking place August 1st from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. Of course, on pay-per-view. Going to be a great night of fights. There will be history made of who is the best heavyweight in the world, and probably who is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world as well. Real quick, I want to talk about one fight that was added to this card: Takanori Gomi versus Rafaelo Oliveira. Oliveira is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, decent hands. He's got good Jiu-Jitsu from the top and the bottom. He's taking on Takanori Gomi, who was for a long time the Pride lightweight champion. I think Gomi will take the fight. I think he's got the superior wrestling. He can use that to his advantage of keeping the fight on the feet. I think he's got the better hands. He can use that to move in and out of the pocket effectively. And I think he'll catch Oliveira second round and finish him on the ground with a TKO. All right, next fight, Paul Buentello taking on Gilbert Yvel. Paul Buentello training out of AKA. Is a very good kickboxer, underrated grappler. Has good takedown defense. Really looked good against Kirill Sadelnikov and picking him apart in the last Affliction show. He's taking on Gilbert Yvel, who's training out of the Voss Gym. Yvel is a solid striker, loves the clinch, loves to throw knees, has very good leg kicks and KO power in his hands. Has really shown a progression with his submission defense on the ground, and has taken his career in the right direction. With acting professionally more so than knocking refs out. In this fight, I think Buentello is going to have a problem with the reach that Yvel is going to have. I think Yvel is going to use leg kicks, use the jab, use good 1-2 combinations, pick apart Buentello. And I think he'll catch him late in the second round and finish him with a TKO. All right, next fight, Jay Heron taking on Paul Simtex Daly. Jay Heron, training out of Extreme Couture, the former IFL welterweight champion. He's a good wrestler, has good boxing, decent grappler on the ground. Has fought some of the best in MMA, as far as George St. Pierre. He's fought, Pat Healy, Ronald Junn. Back in the day, had the nasty knockout that he delivered to Jason High, the last Affliction show. He's taking on Paul Daly, who's training out of Team Roughhouse. Paul Daly, of course, knockout power, decent takedown defense, decent grappler. Has really improved with his takedown defense as of late. And like I said, has vicious knockout power. In this fight, I think that Heron, while he can last on the feet and can pick his shots on the feet, he's going to look to take this down and expose Daly on the ground. I think that Heron will be able to do that for 3 rounds. He can survive on the feet long enough to get it down to the ground. I think he'll do that, work some ground and pound. And I think Heron will take a decision, so that's my pick. All right, next fight. This should be very interesting. Jorge Santiago versus Vitor Belfort. Santiago training out of ATT, of course, is the Sengoku middleweight champ. Man has just come out of nowhere. Had the great showing at the Strikeforce tournament where he knocked out Sean Salmon viciously, beat Trevor Prangley, ended up going to Sengoku, having the wins over Nakamura and Kazuo Masaki. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Has really become really well-rounded, more so. He's got really improved with his hands, really improved with his leg kicks and his high kicks. Very good clinch and has excellent takedown defense. He's taking on Vitor Belfort, who, since he's cut down to 185, has looked very good, training out of Extreme Couture. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, has an excellent top game, very good boxing, has really improved with his speed, and has, decent takedown defense. This is a really tough fight to call. It could go either way for either guy. I think that Santiago will have some good combinations on his feet. But I think the thing that's going to play into this fight is Belfort's speed. It's looked really good as of late, and he's really used that to his advantage. I think that he's going to use that to move in and out of the pocket, avoid some of the power shots that Santiago does have. I think he'll be able to catch Santiago with some shots, maybe get the fight down to the ground. But either way, I think Belfort will finish Santiago. I'm going to say late second, early third with a TKO. All right, next fight, Jagar Mousasi taking on Renato Babalu Sobral. Jagar Mousasi training out of the Red Devil International, Red Devil Sports Club. He's a solid grappler, very good boxer, has good leg kicks, decent takedown defense, and man, has really jumped into the MMA scene and has really shown what he has and what he possesses. Of course, was a former Dream middleweight champion. Has decided that he's going to move up to 205. He doesn't want to cut weight anymore. He's taking on Babalu Sobral, who's training out of the Gracie Baja Combat Team. Babalu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, very good wrestler. Decent hands. He's got the Vale Tudo background. He's fought, the who's who, Chuck Liddell, So Gaju, Bobby Southworth, Mike Whitehead, Chael Sonnen. The list goes on for him. Shogun Hua. In this fight, I think this one's going to be a very, very bad matchup for Babalu. Mousasi is a very, very good grappler, an underrated grappler. He can hold his own on the ground. Mousasi's going to look to keep this fight on the feet, where it's his strong suit. He's got the better hands. I think he's got the better leg kicks than Babalu. I think he's going to pick Babalu apart and really, really hurt him and wear him down. I'm going to say he finishes him brutally in the second round via a knockout. So that's my pick, Gegard Mousasi via second round knockout. All right, on to the main event. Fedor Emelianenko taking on Josh Barnett. Fedor training out of the Red Devil Sports Club. Judo black belt. Underrated boxing. Very, very good takedown defense. Very, very good grappler. Has shown that throughout his career. He's beaten, Nogueira. He's beaten Crow Cop. He's beaten Zuluzinho, Mark Hunt, Kevin Randleman. He almost got killed by Fujita and came back from that. He's taking on Josh Barnett, who's training out of CSW. He's a solid wrestler. He's got decent hands. Very, very good top game if he gets on top of you. And he's a decent grappler. Coming off of the 2 wins, one over Gilbert Ivel and one over Pedro Hizzo. He's fought the who's who in Pride back in the day. Many question whether or not Josh Barnett will be able to put Fedor on his back, and that's the thing. Fedor, this is his toughest test as far as a wrestler and grappler with Josh's size. I think that Fedor, if he gets put on his back, he'll be able to maneuver around, get back to his feet if he needs to. He can even look for submissions. I think Fedor will be the aggressor in this fight. I think he'll take the fight to Josh. I think he'll be able to throw some good combinations. As many have said, Fedor has some of the hardest combinations in MMA. He's unorthodox. You don't know what to expect from him. I think he can get Barnett down if he wants to. I think he can get on top of Barnett if he wants to. I think Fedor will be able to do enough on the feet, enough on the ground, go for submission attempts. Be able to work inside of Barnett's guard or even work from the bottom. I think that this fight is going to go to a decision. I think Fedor is going to take it. I'm going to say Fedor Emelianenko takes a unanimous decision to retain his WAMA heavyweight championship and be considered not only the best heavyweight in the world, which I do believe he is in my opinion, not only that, but the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world as well. So those were my picks for Affliction Trilogy. Make sure to leave me some comments, constructive, negative, positive. I'll be back the night over, the night after to do my review. And on that note, you guys, have a great day.